So here we are, gym is pretty much fully complete, only a few small little bits and pieces to keep some of the things tidy and a few finishing touches that will be required, mostly just pieces of equipment that I still need. A few things I did and that were crucial for me to make sure this will be the dream home gym, to make it perfect, to fit my needs, and that was very important. But I also wanted to add a few little nice touches to it to make it more of a nice professional based studio, and that's exactly what I did. So I made sure I pre-planned everything before the build went ahead. Drawings were in place, making sure you want to get all the fine little detail and touches that you want, so it's going to be perfect when it's finished and you're going to really love it, and that's the main thing. So if you want to do that, and that's exactly what it's done. So let me just run you through some of the things that I added to the gym and what I have here. So first thing is very important. I've never had a pull-up bar in my previous gym. I definitely want the pull-up bar, so I picked this great one up from MirrorFit, nice and wide, and it has different hand positions, so you can work different areas of your back and different positions you can hold, so whether you're targeting your back or your biceps. So this is a great one, and I definitely wanted this in here, and don't really have much space, preferably in the old studio for it, because you have an outback building, you can have the height restrictions, and this is where I took into consideration to actually fit this in. I had to get a drop down. I had to create a step here, so I had to go further down with the floor on one side, and that was a requirement so I could have the pull-up bar and also nicely fit in my Smith machine here. So you don't want it touching the ceiling, just needed to get that nicely fitted in, and that was very important, especially for the pull-up bar. Now when you're doing your pull-ups, even when bending your legs slightly, you're just going to be completely off the floor, and that was one of the big things I needed to do. So it's great, and also what we did is separate the area, so I decided to create this more into the free weight section here. So the floor is completely black on that side, and on the other side just put the ones with the specs in it. So it just creates a slight separation where you have almost like a sort of free weight area, as well as this side I use for more circuit-based training. And got the bag here as well. Having the bag, this is the same bag I had in the previous one, so just bringing it here, but I wanted it to be in the ceiling. So what we had was adding extra joists into the ceiling beforehand when the build was being done, to make sure that I could put a ceiling bracket in and it's going to completely hold the bag, and I had it measured to put in exactly in the right place. So it's exactly the right place where I wanted it to be. That way, as previously when you have brackets on the walls, things like that, when you're hitting the bag, it tends to sometimes bounce into the wall. You're kicking the bag, you're punching the bag, it can bounce into the wall, and it's very difficult to work with a partner. If one needs to hold the bag, you need space around it. So I wanted to make sure that it's in a great spot, it doesn't get in the way, so it's in a perfect place, exactly where you need it, can work around it, completely 360 around the bag. It never goes into the wall when you hit it. So I'm happy with that, and that's perfect, exactly where the bag is. So I love that little touch. This was a nice little touch as well to place my kettlebells. Need a nice little rack there, got the slam balls all there, and got a nice bit of space under that rack as well, so just some of the gloves and step blocks, anything that needs to kind of slide underneath. That's a great way to just keep things tidy. So I didn't want everything just laying about. Sometimes I had bars, certain other weights or accessories, and just pieces of equipment or certain things just laying around in the gym, so leaning against the wall, and it just makes things look a bit cluttered. It doesn't make it look nice, clean, neat, professional in here. So for that reason, storage, great idea, just to put everything in there. And it's got a few more other things in the amp and things like that, which is running the speakers, which I'll run through in a second as well. But I just want to go for this little nice touch as well, which was actually getting the dumbbell rack. It's not completely finished because during these times, especially COVID, the lockdown's been very difficult to actually get a full rack, especially at a decent price. So for this reason, I managed to pick this up from MirrorFit, managed to get some weights from them, and there's still a few more waiting for some stock to come in, so I can buy just those few last pieces as well. But I'm very happy with it, love that rack. It goes with the color scheme as well, as you can see, I'm doing mostly the orange and black in here with a nice bit of light gray going in here, so it has a nice little color scheme to it. And for the color scheme also, I had to put the lights in, so I wanted to obviously create a nice little ambience in the room, especially when you're working out, having a client coming in, it's great to have that great ambience. So I have lights which are not just all bright white. You get one section of it near the window side here. You'll see amber light here. You can slightly see an amber light reflecting there and towards the door a little bit. And again, they look brilliant at night time, so it looks really amazing. And I just wanted to create that nice feel to it. So I have a little stripe put on the wall here as well, so it just matches my scheme. So right across there, orange stripe all the way across. It just creates a little bit of that extra energy in the gym. It just does, it just makes it bright. I'm not into having a gym completely black. That you might see some of the dream gyms people might put out videos. It's completely all black, black ceilings, black walls. I mean, that's great for their purpose, because they find that it maybe adds that little bit more character to their videos, where it sort of outlines and brings out more definition depending if they're doing photo shoots and things like that. So it actually enhances their physique during a photo shoot. So that's the reason sometimes people have a gym which is completely all blacked out. Couple of wires still hanging out here, so I wanted to put a TV screen up here, and that's a great way for me to obviously put out what I use with my clients, especially when I'm on the app and I'm doing the custom workouts and programs. I use that with my actual one-to-one based clients as well, so all the workout programs on there, and rather than the old-fashioned way of doing, getting some pen and paper, putting workouts together, now they are up and will be hopefully running on a screen when I get that screen up there. So it's going to be a great way, and they can also see exactly what they're going to be doing. Here is the Smith machine behind me here, and this, you wouldn't believe, is actually a very, very sturdy piece of machine here, and it looks great. It still actually looks fairly new, and I've had this for 20 years. It's unbelievable. I had it for 20 years, and that's how long this machine has been through so much. It has been through battery, but the quality of the build is amazing. So I've found it very difficult to replace the machine, especially during these times. Again, like I said, it was very hard to get hold of the machine. They're not available at the time, and you're paying extortionate amounts for it. But I will eventually change the machine, so I do want to, but it is still a piece of brilliant home gym equipment. If this is something you guys were looking to do, if you just get a Smith machine, it's only if you really feel you need some type of cable system where you can do like crossovers. You're going to work your chest muscles and doing those flies, and they do have more variations, but I do in my own place do have the cable machine. So along with that, I had the crossover cable machine, but that's something I don't want to bring over here, and the reason for that is about space. I don't want to cover the whole place here with lots of machines, and that's not what the entire gym for my purpose is. So for that reason, I left that machine there, and I will eventually change that machine, although I love it very much. It's just the fact that I would like to have that all-in-one with the cable machines attached to it, so it's still use the same coverage and space that it's used, so there's nothing else being placed anywhere else in the gym that's very big. So that's my purpose for it. But otherwise, that's been a great machine, and I can't seem to find certain assist machines even today that can deal with the amount of weight load this particular machine can, and because it's just the way they're built, and it's a 20-year-old machine, but it is built very solid. Another great touch was basically for my videos. As you can see, this is all natural lighting coming in, even in this video, and that was one of the very important things for me, especially doing video content here for YouTube, and just generally to use up less electricity at the end of the day as well. So I wanted a lot of natural light to come in, and that's kind of planned to exactly fit the way I wanted to. Even for example, this dumbbell rack, I had to make sure I know which dumbbell rack I was gonna get. So when I knew it, I measured it, I got the specifications, and you can see it fits exactly in between these two long windows here. So I wanted to make sure it doesn't come across it. So it's just this little finer detail that was very important to make it the way you want it. And that's what makes it sort of your dream home gym. Because when I look at it, I think, yeah, it fit exactly where I wanted to, and nothing sort of coming across and sort of being like, oh, you know, I should have done this. And that was one of the main things. So here you go, big long windows, brings all that natural light in, and on this way to the front doors. And again, nice long window panels here, bringing plenty of light into here, and especially through the day, just gonna use that natural light, and that's all we need. And as I mentioned about in the storage room, had the amp there as well, which powers the speakers. This was a great little touch that I wanted to add. So not just having a speaker sitting out, just wanted it nicely tucked away. So I went with the ceiling speakers. So they're nicely fitted in between here, the light center. So one there and one just back over there as well. So right down sort of in the middle of the room. And also had some speakers matching the quality, so I've ended up some surround speakers on either end, and just one at the back over there as well. So it just creates a nice little bit of surround into the room, and the amp and everything is tucked away, like I said, into that storage room. A great place to just hide everything, like you got the boxes for the electricity, obviously running the power and everything here. So everything is just kind of tucked away, it's all hidden away. I've got extra pieces of, like, you know, the gym mats and stuff on the floor if you need to pull one of those out. So, but it's just something that says not laying around the floor, keeps it nice and tidy here. So that kind of sums up this video. Hope it brings some value to you if you want to be doing up your home gym. I definitely recommend you having things laid out before it's even built, and understanding what types of pieces and equipment and things that's going to be a benefit for you and that you want, and making sure that it's going to fit in the right places. I mean, same thing when I did this floor, I wanted to make sure the drop down was just enough so I'm also going to be able to fit my current machine in there. So I'm going to make sure it was a great width, and then the rest was on a higher step. So you got to make sure these little piece of details are there, because the last thing you want to be disappointed when you start bringing things in and choosing your colors and things. I mean, obviously you can do that a little bit later, but if you know the colors of the machines and products that you want to buy, try to keep them the same, so it kind of just comes together, and that's one of the main things. So it comes together in here, got that nice sort of feel to it, it's bright, and I like working out in here. Guys, don't forget to check out the link in the description down below. If you're looking for products, just like I've shown you in this video, I've left every single product link down below so you can purchase those if you want to put it in your own home gym, or just in your home, just want to make things look a little tidier, want some nice piece of equipment that looks aesthetically pleasing, as well as very sturdy and lifelong lasting. And I definitely recommend the products that I've shown below, because I have them and I can definitely recommend them, and they're actually great, and I will be looking to buy more from those brands that I've shown you. They definitely meet exactly what they say, and they will last you a long time. So I definitely say get those, because I've tried other ones in the past and they tend to sometimes have false mechanical parts or loosen up and just start to wobble and shake a little bit, especially with the racks, and that's something you don't want over time, especially when you spend a good amount of money on it. I'm also going to drop the link down for the speakers that I use in my ceiling, because they're absolutely amazing, and I love those Yamaha speakers. Great bass, great over quality of sound. So if you're going to be putting something like that in the ceilings and want your speakers tucked away, whether you're doing it at home, whether you're doing it in a gym, I definitely can recommend those as well. And if you like this video, guys, make sure you give it that thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hopefully I'll bring you some fitness content in the next video. But from now, that's it, guys. But make sure you guys keep strong and keep working out.